Skeptics Review The Bible by John Smith. Exodus, Chapter 3. One day, Moses, who was older now, do you like the beard? I got it off a garden gnome. So Moses was tending to some sheep and goats around Mount Sinai. Then an angel of the Lord appeared to him. Check it out, a consensus among my 3 Bibles. That rarely happens. So man angel God appears to Moses as a burning bush. Moses says, "Why isn't that bush burning up? I will walk toward the fire and find out." But when man angel God saw that Moses was coming closer, he called and said, "Moses." Moses responds, "Here I am." Why do they keep answering with the phrase, "Here I am"? Man angel God says, "Take off your sandals. You are standing on holy ground. I am the God of your ancestors. Old man Abraham can't get a blessing right, Isaac and Papa Jacob." So Moses covered his face because remember, you can't see God and live, even though we totally met some people in Genesis who saw God and lived, but those were totally not contradictions at all. God says, "I have seen how cruelly my people are being treated in Egypt. I have come to rescue them and give them land where people are already living." God told Moses, "You are going to be my representative here in Egypt to help me do that." Moses asked God, "When I tell the Israelites that the God of their ancestors sent me, what should I tell them your name is?" Didn't Jacob ask God the same exact question after they wrestled? This time God responds, "I am who I am, and I am that I am, and I am who I am, and that's all that I am. I'm Yahweh and Jehovah." Continuing on, man angel, burning bush God tells Moses to tell Pharaoh, very important here, to allow the Israelites to travel for 3 days in the desert to offer sacrifices to Yahweh our God. God says, "The unnamed Egyptian king will not let you go unless he is forced to do so. I know that Pharaoh will be bullheaded and stubborn, because I am making him bullheaded and stubborn, so that I have the perfect excuse to do terrifying things." Also, when the Israelites finally leave Egypt, your women are just going to walk into any random Egyptian's house and ask for clothing and jewelry and loot, or just take it, whatever. Exodus, Chapter 4. Then Moses sniveled, "But God, what if they don't believe me?" Man angel, burning bush God asked, "What are you holding?" "A walking stick," Moses answered. God told him to throw it on the ground, and it turned into a snake. It became a walking stick after Moses picked it back up again. God said, "This is the absolute indisputable proof that you need that I am the God of old man Abraham, can't tell what goat fur feels like, Isaac, and Papa Jacob." God then gives Moses a few more tricks up his sleeve. Well, up his robe anyway. God gives Moses that "I can turn my hand leprous" trick. That old saw. Then God tells Moses to take some water from the Nile and pour it on the ground, and it will turn into blood. Wait, I thought Moses turned the whole river to blood. Yeah, we'll get to that soon enough, I guess. Moses sniveled some more. "I can't do it, God. I am not a good speaker. Send someone else." God pontificates a bit and says, "Shut up, Moses, and do what I tell you." But Moses is really a snivelly little crybaby. "No, God, please, send someone else." And God became angry. "Fine, I will send your brother Aaron to do the talking for you. At least he's not a whiny little SOB. Then God said to Moses, "Go back to Egypt, because that one unnamed Pharaoh is dead and has been replaced by another unnamed Pharaoh. Be sure to perform all of those miracles I taught you. Don't forget to do them. But I'm going to take away Pharaoh's free will and make him stubborn, so that he will not let the people go." For 3 days, in the desert, to make sacrifices, to meet Yahweh. God continues, "Say to Pharaoh, Israel is my firstborn son." I thought Esau was born before Jacob. I know, he's talking about the Israelites. "Let my firstborn son go for 3 days in the desert to worship me, or I will kill your firstborn son, even though I totally took away all of your free will and forced you to be stubborn for reasons of my very own." And here's the best part of this whole chapter. You're gonna love it. God decides he's just gonna kill Moses after all, which would have made this one of the shortest books in the Old Testament. But no. Zipporah took a sharp stone, like an Indian arrowhead maybe, and she cut off the foreskin of her son and touched Moses' feet with the freshly cut foreskin. Ew. So that's why God decided to save Moses' life. Alrighty then. So finally, God appears to Aaron. Moses and Aaron have a huggy, kissy, brotherly reunion without soap opera music. Then they go before all of the Israelite leaders to get them all psyched up for the Pharaoh Moses showdown to come. It's gonna be epic.